Let's discuss with the new topic that is called biomolecules. The topic is called biomolecules. What do you mean by this biomolecule? As simple, bio means living organisms, molecule means the containing molecules, right? The molecule which is going to be produced by the living organisms, we are going to call as the biomolecules. Usually biomolecules containing the proteins, vitamins, enzymes, carbohydrates, etc. Right? So in that one, first we are going to discuss about the carbohydrates. This is also called as saccharides, and generally they are usually they are sweet. That's why we are going to call as the sugars. So let's take a definition for this carbohydrates. These are nothing but the optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones or the compounds which produce such units on hydrolysis. We are going to call the carbohydrates. So you know the example: glucose, galactose, maltose, sucrose, right? So these are examples of the carbohydrates. So this is the general formula of this carbohydrates: CxH2O. Usually this carbohydrates contain the carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Usually hydrogen and carbon containing the ratio that is called 2:1 ratio. 2:1 ratio will be there. Right? Example: C6H12O6. C6H12O6. See here, hydrogen and carbon will be in the 2:1 form. That is called carbohydrates. Usually plants, they are going to by combining the carbon dioxide and water, they are going to produce the food, right? So that is called photosynthesis. This is about the carbohydrates, and based on this composition or based on this nature of this composition, we are going to classify this carbohydrates into three categories. First one is called monosaccharides, second one oligosaccharides, third one is called polysaccharides. So mono means single units, right? So which cannot be further hydrolysis. This is the last stage. Monosaccharides means that is the last stage that cannot be further hydrolyzed, right? So that is called monosaccharides. Oligosaccharides means which can be further hydrolyzed to give the 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. Example: lactose, sucrose. Polysaccharides means nothing but so these are the carbohydrates which on further hydrolysis they are going to give a large number of carbohydrates. That is called large number of monosaccharide units also we can tell. So example: insulin, starch, cellulose. So these are comes under the polysaccharides. So this is about the classification of the carbohydrates. Let's discuss the classification of the monosaccharide units based on the functional group. So here mainly two functional groups will be there. So one is called aldehydes, another one is called ketones. That's why the definition of this carbohydrate says that so they are made up of the polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones. So based on the functional group present in the carbohydrates, they are going to be classified as aldoses and ketoses. As the name indicates, aldoses, aldo means aldehyde group, ketosis means ketone group will be there. Ketose, ketone, aldose, aldehyde. So functional group is the CHO for aldehyde and ketones as the COO, like this. So let's take an example for this aldose one. So that is called glucose. Example: glucose and galactose. So this is aldose. You can see the count the carbon atoms here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The formula will be same, but only the arrangement of the molecules they are going to be interchanged here. Glucose and galactose. You can see here. So that is what up to here. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon is same. Only the difference will be in the fourth carbon. Only difference in the fourth carbon that we are going to differentiate from glucose to galactose. Here 6 carbon atoms will be there. That's why these name we are also called as aldohexoses. We are also going to call aldohexoses. Aldohexoses. Hexo means 6 carbon. So here 6 carbon atom will be there. That's why this name is called aldohexoses. So let's discuss about this ketones. That is ketone means ketone functional group must be present here. Here aldehyde group will be there. So that is called aldoses. Here ketonic functional group will be there. That's where they are going to called as the ketoses. So here also same 6 carbon atoms will be there, and here also 6 carbon atom will be there. Only difference between this and this is one thing, that is what just enter going to be changed. At this third carbon OH H group will be there. Here just they are interchanged here. Come to the fourth carbon HOH, they are going to be interchanged here. Once again OH H. So similarly, as it is, its name is called ketohexoses. Discuss about the classification of the monosaccharide units, that is based on the number of carbon atoms. So number of carbon atoms per molecules of a monosaccharide we are going to classify as the first one, that is called trioses. As the name indicates, trio means 3 carbon atoms must be there. That is called 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms will be there. Its name is called glyceraldehyde. As the name indicates, function group aldehyde group will be there. These are the trioses. Next one, heteroses. Hetero means 4 carbon atoms must be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the chemical formula is the same. Only the arrangement of H and OH will be the different. So the example is erythros and triose. Erythros and triose. Come to the third one, pentoses. 5 carbon atoms will be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Name is called ribose and this is called arabinose. So these are the example for the pentoses and structures. And hexoses. Fourth one is hexoses. We have already seen that glucose, galactose, these comes under the 6 carbon atoms, that is called hexoses. And last one is called heptoses. Hepto means 7 carbon atoms must be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be there. So this is the contained function group, that is called ketonic function group. So its name is called pseudoheptadose. So these are the classification of the monosaccharides based on the how many number of carbon atoms must be present per molecule. The main concept of carbohydrates, that is called glucose. So here we are going to study about the glucose and its preparation. Glucose is nothing but it is a simplest monosaccharide unit. It is containing the formula C6H12O6. Usually it is going to be present in the sweet fruits and honey. So these are the glucoses. And when you are going to prepare this glucose, how it is going to be prepared? So that is called first one, that's preparation of the glucose from sucrose. From sucrose. What do you mean by sucrose? Sucrose is nothing but the oligosaccharides. 2 to 10 number of the monosaccharide units. So these are the carbohydrates which are hydrolysis. So let's take a sucrose. Sucrose formula is C12H22O11. That is called sucrose, which on hydrolysis. Right? According to the definition, oligosaccharides are nothing but the saccharides which on hydrolysis eats the simplest monosaccharide units. That is called. So I am going to write the equal number of this glucose form. That is C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. Right? So here how many carbon? 12. 6 plus 6 12. And here hydrogen 22 plus 2. That is called 24. So 12 plus 12 24. Here oxygen 11 and 1 oxygen 12 oxygen. So here 6 and 6. So this name is called glucose and another name is called fructose. So this glucose and fructose, so they resemble same chemical formula, but when you are going to write their structure, then you are going to notify that they are different. So they are called simplest monosaccharide units. So glucose is nothing but it is containing the aldehyde group will be there, whereas fructose ketonic function group will be there. So in the presence of the HCl, this is called dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4. We are going to eat like this compounds. Let's see second one, that is from starch. From starch, or we are going to call simply it is a polysaccharides. According to the definition of polysaccharides, which are hydrolysis, which eat a number of plenty of or large number of monosaccharide units. So starch will be C6H10O5 n times. Why it is n times? Because polysaccharides will be there. So which are hydrolysis, in the presence of water, in the presence of the dilute H2SO4, and also maintaining the temperature at 393 Kelvin and also maintaining the pressure 2 to 3 atmospheric pressure. We are going to eat the simplest unit, that is called glucose. How many times? This should be n times. N times is better. The polysaccharides which are hydrolysis, which gives a large number. We are going to indication of this large number by writing the n. Right? Here n will be there. So large number of the glucose. So this is the simplest method of the preparation of the glucose. Let's discuss about the structure of the glucose one by one. So first one, So you know this one, molecular formula of the glucose will be C6H12O6. So it is called the molecular formula of the glucose. Second one, glucose on react with the hydroiodide in the presence of red phosphorus, we are going to obtain the N-hexane. So you know that glucose, how we are going to write? Glucose means aldehyde group will be there. CHO, CHOH, CHOH, right? So how many times will be there? 4 times of the CHOH will be there. That is 4 times of the CHOH. When you look at this structure, so how many CHOH unit will be there? That is 4 units, and this carbon is linked with the functional group called aldehyde, and then it is called CH2OH. So here, so 4 times of the CHOH and one functional group of this carbon, and this is CH2OH. So this is called glucose. When it is going to be react with hydrogen iodide, right? Hydroiodide in the presence of the red phosphorus, we are going to obtain the N-hexane compound. Here, this glucose is going to be reduced. Reduced means removing this oxygen and adding the hydrogen, right? So that is called, now we are going to, this is going to be reduced to form the hexane compound. So that is called CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. So how many carbon atoms will be there? 6 carbon atoms will be there. That's why its name is called N-hexane. So this structure shows that glucose, in the glucose molecule carbon, they are going to be linked in a straight chain form. So next one, that is called fourth one. So here in this reaction, it confirmably tells that there will be presence of the aldehyde group. So now I am going to take the glucose like this. So 4 units of the CHOH and CH2OH. So this reaction is going to be called as oxidation reaction in the presence of the bromine water. Here this bromine water, it acts as a mild oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means you are going to add in the hydrogens. So now it is going to be formed as COOH. Function group is going to be changed. CHO to COOH. This is called acid group. This is called aldehyde group. So remaining as it is will be there. So its name we are going to call as the gluconic acid. So this confirms that there will be presence of this aldehyde group. Next structure of this glucose indicates that acetylation group. When you are going to add the acetic anhydride, you are going to obtain the glucose pentaacetate. So let's take here. So first I am going to treat with this glucose. So this reaction is called acetylation reaction. Acetylation means you know that we are going to take an acetic anhydride. That is CH3 C double bond O. One oxygen is linked with this one CH3 C double bond O. So here how many times I am going to take? 5 times. Why? Because so 4 times this acetic anhydride which is going to react with this 4 units of this CHOH, and remaining one acetic anhydride which is going to react with this compound. So that's why we are going to obtain the glucose pentaacetate, like this will be there. So CHO, this is not going to be disturbed anything. So only you are going to write this CHO as it is will be there. CHO bond with oxygen as it is will be there, and this is also CH2 and bond with oxygen as it is will be there. What is the portion I am going to eliminate here? When I am going to use the acetic anhydride, there must be reason that we are going to eliminate the acetic acid. That is called CH3COO group. We are going to eliminate here. Only this group is going to be attacked here. That is, so I am going to write as this. Already one oxygen will be there in this compound. CHO, CHO. Remaining in the place of hydrogen, I am going to add like this. C double bond O, CH3. Right? So what I am going to do here? 4 times of this acetic anhydride. 4 times of this acetic acid I am going to remove here. So because 4 times of hydrogen which is going to react with 4 times of acetic acid. Acetic acid is going to be formed. And last one, this is also remaining hydrogen I am going to eliminate here plus 1 extra. That is called 5 times of the acetic acid I am going to eliminate here. So 5th acetic anhydride group which is going to react with this carbon, one hydrogen is going to eliminate, and as well as acetate is going to eliminate to make a bond with acetic acid. So how many times? So 5 times is going to be eliminated here. So this is remaining I am going to write as it is. So this name is called glucose pentaacetate. Next one, glucose and gluconic acid, both they are going to take place oxidation with dilute HNO3. So we are going to obtain the saccharide acid. So you know that the structure of this glucose, CHO, CHOH 4 times and CH2OH. So this is going to take place with the oxidation. So this is going to take place oxidation, and as well as gluconic acid also. Gluconic acid means how we are going to obtain this gluconic acid? Glucose with bromine water. We are going to obtain this gluconic acid. So this gluconic acid as well as this glucose, both they are taking the oxidation. Both they are going to take place oxidation with dilute HNO3. We are going to obtain the saccharide acid. Saccharide means as this will be as it is here. CHOH 4 times CH2OH. Saccharide acid. This is called saccharide, and acid means we are going to COOH. So this is called saccharide acid. By taking all the accounts of the structure of the glucose what we have discussed till, the Bayer is going to finalize this structure of this glucose, and also we are going to write the IUPAC name for this one. So you can see here, so this is first carbon, second, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I am going to write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are these? It tells that the position of the carbon atom, second carbon, third carbon. And when you look at these carbons, OH group will be there, right? OH group will be there. How many? 5 times. That is called 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penta hydroxy hexanol. And also the scientist, its name is called Fischer. He is going to write this structure of this glucose as in his own form, that is called Fischer form of the glucose, that will be there. CHO, and he is going to make like this. So this nothing but this carbon only, and same group will be there. So this is hydroxy, this is hydrogen, and this is hydroxy, hydrogen. Similarly, he is going to take like this. So this form also we are going to write the structure of the glucose. It is called Fischer form of the glucose. So instead of writing the carbon atoms, he is going to make like this. So this position is nothing but the carbon. This is indicates the carbon because carbon is tetravalency. So when you look at this point, so the one bond, second bond, third bond, fourth bond, and also this point 1, 2, 3, 4, and this point 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this. This is called Fischer form of the glucose.